chemical fascination destroys our generation. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. Looking for inspiration in my life. Looking for inspiration all the time. Looking for, looking for, looking for, looking for. Hey!
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I think everything's looking okay. Testing. 1, 2. Alright, I think it's good. Something I just came to notice. I'm assuming this happened, I guess, as far as since Farmer Friday yesterday. But even in between streams, I guess, as far as since Friday up until now, looks like we hit the follower goal. Double checking this to make sure, but we were sitting at 48 followers, I guess, as far as carried over, I guess, as far as from last month and so on. But I think, from what I can tell here, we did hit the follower goal. Currently sitting at 428 followers on the channel. Alright, so I'm just double checking this to make sure. If that is the case, there's potential here, I guess, as far as for a Steam Game Code giveaway. Racer James coming in with over 500 hours. Holy crap. 506 hours. Appreciate all that time. Holy crap. How we doing here, everybody? A little bit of a soggy Saturday. That's probably a fairly fair mention, I guess, as far as today. Alright. So yeah, if my analytics are correct here, we did hit that finally. It's been a couple over. I've carried over the number of deals there because I don't know, the follows just haven't been coming, I guess, as far as quickly. So as far as to hit the 50 per month there, might be a little bit of a steep goal, I guess, as far as to go for it, but I feel it's still pretty legitimate. Try to get as many follows as we can on here. Kind of justifies too, I guess, as far as the means as far as doing a Steam Game Code giveaway. So yeah, from what I am checking out on my end, that is definitely the case. So for anybody coming into the stream, I know it's still pretty early yet. I'll continue to mention it as far as throughout the stream, but If we don't do a giveaway today, there's definitely going to be one, I guess, as far as in the upcoming streams, I guess, for Tuesday, Wednesday, and even next Farming Friday. So, yeah. And look over that. I appreciate everyone that has supported the channel in such a fashion. Y'all fantastic. Okay, still getting some things loaded up here. We don't have a whole lot of new information. It's going to be a lot of continuation of what we were working on last Saturday. The turn 1, I guess that's what we're considering as far as the turn 1 concession. Building for Lacrosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Torch has mentioned to me he has still been working on some things, I guess, as far as with Texas. But as it stands for right now, we don't have anything new to show. We're going to put that one on hold for a bit. I myself have applied, I guess, some things, I guess, as far as to the Texas build in the form of the static flags, as I've already mentioned in stream, I guess, as opposed to the animated. Yeah, the animated flags. As far as until we can figure out, I guess, as far as how to get that one fully compiled correctly, to get that one working the way it's supposed to, we're just going to leave that one as static, I guess, for now. It'll be a nice, easy swap once we do get that mechanic worked out, as far as getting the scripting for it and so on figured out. So that's where we're at, folks. Okay. Racer James has shown me some things that he's working on, I guess, as far as with the cross, and holy crap. Yeah, I'll leave Racer James, I guess, to confirm or deny, I guess, as far as showing those items off. I think he's still kind of in the preliminary, I guess, as far as for it, but if that continues to be the trend of what he's shown me so far, there's a ton of detail, I guess, as far as in such things as the main grandstand. Almost makes me tend to want to go just as far as like that. Now, I don't want to step on my words here, because I know I've said this before, as far as like you can go super nuts, I guess, as far as on detail in any one particular type of item in a model. At some point, you do necessarily have to tell yourself as far as when's enough, right? So you can either take the approach, for example, as we've shown on streams here before, to add so much detail, 3D, and the 3D aspect to the model itself, or basically try to show that 3D, quote unquote, I guess, as far as in the form of the texture itself. But you don't necessarily want to do both. You can necessarily have too much texture weight as well as 3D model weight, and it's definitely a good thing, I guess, as far as to not have both of them at the same time for any one given object, for example. This is what I think about. I'm not saying that this is what Racer James has done. He's taken a lot of consideration, I guess, as far as just how much frame rate loss that you would necessarily get with adding too much detail to one particular model. And that's kind of the same approach that we've been taking with even this turn 1 concession stand that we're still in the midst of creating. So who was that came across? Torch coming across there, I guess. So it looks like the is that the Twitch Prime? Did it do that? I'm checking out. Heard that come across there as I was. Yeah, that was the Prime. So Twitch must have figured out, I guess, as far as what was going on with the Primes. I know Racer James had used the standard sub, I guess, as far as for last week, because those seemed to be broken. Very much appreciated for that once again. 29 months. I know it's been much longer, much the same for Racer James, for either one of you guys, and very much appreciate all of that support for all that time. It's what allows me to continue to do what I do here on the Twitch platform, as far as to showcase the works that we do, I guess, as far as for things like NASCAR Racing 2003 for the most part. I have done some farm sim, things like that in the past as well, which I'm looking forward to getting back into that again at some point. I'm starting to learn, I guess, a little bit more, I guess, as far as the inner workings and mechanics, I guess, of Farm Sim 22. As far as from a modding standpoint, it might be a little bit, I guess, as far as where I start showing some of that stuff, but just to kind of let you all know, I guess, as far as what's we can look forward to. Um, cool. So the bot is being a little bit kind, I guess. No? Sure it is. There you go. Oh, wow. That was close. You didn't even have to butter him up yet. Yeah, so you got a dud on the shot. Pretty dang close on the freaking max jackpot there. So he was almost, yeah, not bad. Not doing too bad. Yeah, so other than the fact that it's a little bit of a soggy Saturday today, not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. Got quite a bit work done, I guess, as far as for anybody that did tune into Farming Friday. I guess as far as with all that new land that we've got acquired. A lot of grass mowing, that's for sure. Okay, are we ready? I think we're ready. I can show off, I guess, as far as what I have had to fix. Got this all loaded up. What I have had to fix, I guess, as far as based on new information that we have for this turn 1 concession, as we're calling it, and I'm still in the process of working on this model. So, Race Your Dreams coming in with the tire squeal. What's up with the tire squeal? Feel free to share those pics. Okay, you're just getting my attention. Gotcha. That's that seems to be what a lot of those sound commands come in handy for, is just getting my attention, right? I know I've had to shuffle some of the sound commands around just to kind of give the other ones that even part of my thought process is first to give some of the other ones a little bit more traffic, but also for new people coming in, as far as to get them used to some of the ones that are available. So yeah, just having to shift those around. If that has become too much of a convenience, I apologize for that. But I got some ideas for some other sound alert commands, and yeah. Okay, so what you're looking at here is like, what is this jumbled mess? So I did a little bit of rework with the new information that we've got, and we've got even further information, I guess, as far as to fix this. But one of the main things I did, to the texture. Kind of hate when that happens. To the texture of this deal. Go ahead and select that and zoom back in. There we go. What in the heck happened there? Anyway, I don't know why that happened, but okay. So one of the main things I did to the texture, this makeshift texture for now at least, is to label some of the areas so we can better see, I guess, as far as what we're working with. This yellow piece here, I'm going to be using that as a cutter. Be able to cut this secondary roof that I got on here, because there's on the back side, as we've already shown, it's got a little bit of a peak on the back side. So this is the back side of the building. I've already placed in, I guess, as far as the two doors, the garage doors that are on the back side. So these are going to use those as a boolean cutter, and that was also to get this sized up, because it's not exactly the same size as the main roof. So this is all in place. It's all getting this is all ready, I guess, to be shaved down, so we can get rid of the polys that we don't need on that. There are some other doors and such on this side of the gable. I'm gonna hold off on that. I already with the redo, I guess, as far as if I did of this building, because as some of you may know, last week that tuned in, we did make a cutout here. Came to find out that's not the case. That is not the way what's going on with the building. What is more the case is the fact that there's a much more extended overhang on the trackside part of it, and I do have some pictures, I guess, to show that too. So he was flying high on. Oh wait, that's how my tire started when I hit that. Oh yeah, what you were mentioning. Torch, you'd send me a message as far as you had a little bit of a week there. Yep. Just walked in front of you. That's crazy. Yeah, that was super crazy. But you had an emergency, obviously. Would have hoped, I guess, if there was any law enforcement, I guess, involved with that, which, as you mentioned, there wasn't. They would have understood, I guess, as far as what was going on there. Yeah, that was super crazy. Okay, Rachel James, you've mentioned. Okay, you don't mind if I show those pictures? Cool. So as long as you're cool with it, I'm with it. I just don't want to, give any too much of a teaser. Spoilers, even. Oh, you did call them, okay. But they did understand then, right? So, yeah, this is what I've got here. So, I've redone this gable here that faces away. So, this is going into turn 1. This is the side you see the most. And this is what we've used. This is not going to be here. This side here, this is only going to be on the back side. So, I've taken the way I've done this, and I kind of mentioned this last stream too. To take this roof, because we have it all in one piece, and it kind of made sense as far as to remove that gable, at least for now, so I could remap that. I had them 2 separate pieces, if you all remember. This is all one piece now, as far as the UV unwrap. So when we do apply the texture to it, it's going to be nice and uniform. That was kind of the approach to that. So all of this is going to go away eventually here once we get this done. But yeah, so a couple things that we're going to do, at least, at minimum here, is to get this cut down for this peak here. Get that moved in. So I do need to adjust this as far as how far this sticks out. I don't think I got that quite set yet. But I do have a cutter in here, so once I do get this set where it needs to go, I guess as far as from this direction, I'll be able to cut that down and get rid of polys that we don't need. That's what that flickering yellowish looking piece is for. Okay. Where do we begin? Yeah, so I already resized all of these garage door openings too, to accommodate, I guess, readjusting that. And in the process of doing that, I remapped the gables, like I said, as far as for the UV, so it's all one piece on those ends. So that is the rework for it, and we're going to be extending this side here. Let me show you some of these pictures now, just to give some clarity here. So these all came from a combination of Google Street View, Google Maps Street View, and the Speedway's Facebook group page. Yeah, the Facebook page. So you can see clearly this is the backside. This is the backside of that building. You can see it doesn't have, that overextension that we thought there. It's pretty uniform, I guess, as far as the overhang here on the backside. These are the 2 doors that I've got placed for the doors on the back here. They're not cut yet, but I've got those in position, I guess, to be able to do that. What I do need to take a look at as we're looking at these pictures is how much of an overhang we got there, which is probably only going to be the 2 foot. It doesn't go much past. This is one of the pictures that we did look at, I guess, as far as to confirm that there is definitely more of an overhang here, at least on the front end. Now, and I'll get to that picture here in a second. Oh, it's his fault. He's not at a crosswalk. Oh, so you was like jaywalking. I got you. Thanks for coming in and stinking up the place. Appreciate that. I just got back from your eye appointment. Oops. Keeps letting me know there. We can do that real quick. Alright, just... Oh, we got a little hiccup there in the stream there. Okay, that'll settle down. Cool. Eye point vision hasn't changed, but I got contacts this time. So no more glasses? That's going to be different. That's going to be super weird. As far as having... Wow. There you go. Okay. Just checking to make sure, getting a little wonky on my end here, seeing if it'll settle down a little bit. Mostly on my end, you probably aren't noticing anything, hopefully. You want to be able to wear sunglasses. You can wear sunglasses with glasses. I've seen plenty of people that wear clip-ons. I know they're kind of dorky looking usually, but... Or you can get the transitions lenses. Those are kind of cool. Anyway, this is one of the pictures that we had previously referred to, right? So we came to that conclusion that there's only that same amount, and we can confirm with how this is here, right? So where most of this extension of an overhang is that we can notice from this picture, that's why I kind of got these two open here, is in the front end here. And I've got a picture, I guess, to show that. Let me see here. So there's another new picture that we didn't have that shows that other side. So even from this angle, you can't really see how much of an overhang there is on this track side. Here's another one. This was pretty cool, I guess, as far as the fact that there's a bear here. But this is the turn one side, you know, going into the turn. You can see that little bit of overhang here. How much more further out it is to the rest of the roof. And that gives you some indication. So this is the back side. So this perspective here would be looking at it this way. Now, granted, this is not going to be here as far as this sticking out here, but you see all these doors on that side, so that's going to be looking at it from this way, from this angle. So that's where I've been able to get a lot of the information for that. But these informations are pretty money shots, as we like to call them. So yeah. You have your tattoo appointment. Oh, I forgot about that one. I think I've seen what you're going to get there. So that's the other one I already showed. There is another one that I just got. Where did I put that bad boy? Did I not put it in here? I must not have put it in here. Shoot. I just got one from Racer James, which shows how much of an extension there is actually on that. I didn't put it in here yet. Okay, hold on a second here. Let me find that. I just got it just before, prior to start a stream there, and I was like, "Whoa!" Okay, that was the information we needed prior to actually putting this thing together. But it makes complete confirmation, I guess, as far as how this thing is actually built. It's very custom, that's for sure. This isn't something that you can buy as a standard shed or whatever like that. When they built this thing, they made it completely custom. That's for sure. This isn't a pre-planned type of thing. Okay, where did I do it that darn thing? Hold on a second. Give me a moment. Did I not put that? I know I got it here somewhere. I remember where I put it. Did I put it in? Well, for crying out loud. It is in there. Why is it not? Oh, okay. Probably what I need to do is just reopen the. Hold on. Well, I've got it in a separate. Why did I do that? I mean, all right. Let me try this again. I had it in a separate slideshow, but so I was using the Windows slideshow. I think I found it. Maybe. Nope. All right, this way. We'll get it figured out. This one. Yeesh. In a pain in the robot right now. Okay, I think I found it. There we go. So here's the latest picture that I just got. Just prior to start a stream here. So you can definitely see how much of an overhang there's on this track side of that building. You got a good 5 feet right there. 4.5 to 5 feet of overhang there. So that's something else. Now the only way we'll need to adjust that is just to adjust the building portion of it itself, right? All we need to do is just bring this in on the that's the back side of that. So on this track side here, we'll just bring this in on the building part of it. All right, that's all we need to do. And then just extend the eave itself. So once we bring the wall part of it as far as where the doors are at, bring that in, and I'll create a ruler for this so we'll probably set it to 5 foot. Is what I'm thinking is pretty fair. It's probably a decent 5 foot overhang here. So we'll create a ruler for 5 foot. We'll bring that wall in, I guess, as far as how much we need appropriately, and then just extend that eave on the roof portion of it. That's all we'll need to do. And that should get that thing to where it needs to be. First things first, though, we're going to go ahead and finish up, I guess, as far as with where we need to put this in. So we only need to have 2 feet of this overhanging, right? So it's going to be pretty much just level. So this outside edge of this this peak piece, this is going to be level that 2 foot of the main roof. And we can confirm that also in the screens that we've got here. Let's go back to this so you can see it's level with the rest of the eave. Okay, so we'll focus on that for now, and then we'll deal with the track side here as far as increasing that overhang there. This makes so much more clarity, not only with the colors, but also to understand the orientation of. So once we start to apply a texture, an actual texture to this, we can confirm with the UV mapping that it's going to be in the proper direction by just having this simple text for where all these things are located. So we've shown this plenty of times as far as with new model construction kits, as far as to kind of understand. So some modelers will tend to use like a checkered pattern, for example. That's one way to go about it. When you got a lot of contours, you know, like body shapes, you know, car body shapes and stuff like that, it definitely makes sense, I guess, as far as to use like a checkered pattern to keep things nice and lined up and not warped. Checkered pattern works really good in different sizes and configurations. For doing stuff like this seems to make more sense to do it this way, as opposed to a checkered pattern. You could still use a checkered pattern if you wanted to, but for my purposes, at least anyway, it doesn't make sense as far as to understand if it's going to be. So like, as I was already mentioning, we're going to be putting a texture on here that's going to be vertically oriented. So we want to make sure that that is not flipped the wrong way, as far as to be upside down or backwards or what have you. So as we apply that texture, you know, our pattern, I guess, to our texture and then apply it to the model, it's going to line up exactly the way we expect it to. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's go ahead. So I'm going to want to take out some of these pieces in here that we don't need. So we're only going to work on the roof right now. So I'll go ahead and hide building portion and these two cutters for now. And I'll modify these cutters here just a little bit so that we can use them as a cutter for those doors. That's a pretty yeah. So here's the other doors that are on the side here. Right, so it's got a shorter door here and a man door here. Not 100% sure what's on the other side, if there is any. But you can see how custom these are. This is a very narrow door. This is probably only like a... So this right here is a 10-foot door. Doesn't seem like it. But from what I've measured out, that's what I've got scaled out here. This is roughly a 10-foot door. There's about a 15-foot span between this and about a 5-foot span in between this. So just to give you some sense of scale, that's what I've come to determine. Doesn't seem like it, but that's the way it seems to work out. And the fact you got this cub in here, this cub in here is probably a good 5 foot. You know, give or take. He's probably like a, I want to say a small child, but that's not probably right, but probably about 5 foot itself. So that gives you some sense of scale. Like if I was to put that in that position there, you kind of get an idea of what scale. So this door on the side here is about a 3-foot door, 3 to 4 foot door, very custom. I've not very much seen those in standard construction. These are pretty standard, I guess, as far as a 10-foot single car garage door. And then you've got these smaller ones that we've already dealt with, I guess, as far as the previous stream. So this building, the way it's constructed, is very, very, very super duper custom. It's not something that, like I said, that you would see in a pre-build, you know, like pre-plans. They kind of really made this fit for what they're trying to use in this area at the track, which it probably works pretty well. So from what I can tell in here, I was thinking this is more like a concession stand. It looks like it's more like a it's a shaded seating area, more or less, from what I can tell from inside there. So it may even come down to kind of rename the model here. Instead of the T1 concession, we might call it, we got a name of it on here, and I think Racer James had filled me in on here. It's called a hospitality pavilion. So not this traditional type of pavilion where you'd have it open all the way around the sides. There's a traditional pavilion. Again, just traditionally, thinking in a traditional sense, obviously this is not traditional. You wouldn't have any sides to it, as well as any doors. It would be open all the way around and just have like a roof to encompass, I guess, anything going on underneath it. that's a standard pavilion. But the fact that they're calling this a pavilion, and you can see that clearly on there, kind of, makes me tend to want to replace, I guess, the name of that, because it's not a concession really. It's a place to kind of chill out. It's kind of a VIP type of area, as mentioned. Yeah, like Gracer James had a fancy shelter. There you go. I don't know why they've got all these doors in here like they have it. It's pretty interesting the way they did that. But, it's very custom, that's for sure. What I have noticed, the way they've got the eaves on here, so that they have no drainage, on it, as far as the gutters or anything like that. And that's the way they've got this design with the sheet metal on it. It's just allowed to roll off, and with the amount of eave that's on here, it just kind of stays away, I guess, as far as from the building itself. That's common building practice, I guess, as far as that goes. But yeah, we got lots of good money shots. So the only thing we don't have, which and that's only to confirm or not, I guess, as far as if there's any type of doors on this side. We can see what's on this side, just not on this side. But for the most part, the roofing, the building itself is very symmetrical from the eave standpoint, other than that track side. And we're going to deal with that here in a second. This is really good. We needed this kind of information, I guess, to really confirm and get the building done correctly. Anyway, so we're moving along. Now I kind of lost my way here. So this is the back. Let me bring that back here for a second and see. I think that far wall can be viewed inside. Inside had one photo? What do you mean? Let me look through these again. So not that one. Let me see. This one here probably? Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell though still, because there's too much in the way. From what I can tell, there's nothing over on that side. I think they only have it on this side and not on this gable. Yeah, it's really still kind of hard to tell, but yeah, from what I can see when we zoom in on it, there's really no doors on this side at all. I think there's a person standing right there. I'm not sure if that's a person or what. Yeah, I think that's a person right in front of that hole, I guess, as far as on the fencing. But yeah, from what I can tell, at least anyway, there's nothing. Even if we do come to find, if we did find another picture that shows that there's some type of door there, like maybe in the corner that we can't see, this guy's standing in front of it, we can always add that. It'd be pretty easy to add that to that, to just cut that out for that. But yeah, definitely just looks solid from what we can tell. Okay, we're going to be getting into, I think today, I guess, as far as getting these little pinnacles up on here. This would be pretty easy. So now I kind of muddled around just from seeing what Racer James has done. And I'll show those here in a second here. But how much detail do we want to put in this? Because there is a little bit of a eave or an overhang on these roofs for these pinnacles. Do we necessarily want to go that far? We'll play around with it to see, what we can come up with here. But do we want to go so far, for example, I guess, as far as to add the eave to that, or just make it a simple, box shape with the steeple, with a, pitched roof onto it, let alone to put these wind, they call those dang things, as far as the wind things on it, as far as it's spin around in the wind. Well, I have a name for them. It's brain fart right now. So whether or not we want to go that far with it to add that amount of detail or not. So I'm thinking even if we did do that with the these wind things, just to add a flat plane to it and just put them in position, because as far as that one particular angle, either track side or whatever, and just have a flat image, I guess, put onto that plane. Just something really simple in that regard. Nothing really 3D, I guess, is about those like that. And again, just like I was always saying, you could definitely, if you wanted to, you could try to go as nuts as you would like to, I guess, as far as when creating these things. Sometimes you just gotta, discipline yourself to be like, okay, enough is too much, right? I think there's a bar counter on that wall inside. Is there? It's hard to tell, but yeah, you can see it's kind of a concession in a way, but it's more like Racer James is pointing out, kind of like a fancy shelter. Yeah. And it's pretty cool. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a pretty neat little feature that the track is. And Racer James is, again, you can feel free to elaborate, is working on these things. So there's like some stairs, curved stairs here, and some seating area, I guess, as far as in front of that pavilion. All right, let's get back to, I'm going to keep it on this one here for now. So this is kind of remind me that I do need to still apply that. But we're going to take care of first. I guess we got quite a bit to go cover on this one. So those pictures that Racer James has shared with me, I guess, as far as on the grandstand progress, as well as this, fixing the areas that we needed to, and the touches that we need to apply to it. So plenty to go over today. Good stuff. All right, we're gonna get rid of these cutters. Not get rid of them. We're just gonna hide them for now, and work with just what we need to. So this is the back side. This is that gable that faces coming into turn 1, just for clarity. Now, we need to get this. I've already got it flushed. So this is all even as far as the fascia. Then all I get to do now is bring this in so that it's flush with that. Now, I've got the pivot for this piece that I want to cut, as far as this new peak piece, already set right there on this corner, on this wedge. So all I would need to do is get go into this one right here, and then get the what should be the right here. We want to get this flush with that. We would need to get the Y coordinate for that, so we can get this flush with that. Okay, so let's copy that Y coordinate. Right, and then since we've already got the pivot on this set right there, all we got to do is apply that to this. That should make that nice and flush. Now, let me remove this cutter here for a second, just to kind of give you some clarity. That's my roof cutter, and now we can see that's nice and flush. Now what I'm going to do is, with that cutter, is cut the area out of the main roof, so that we can eliminate, and this is going to cut into this secondary roof here. So we can eliminate all the polys that we don't need and just retain the area that we do need to keep. Okay. I may even go so far as to create another cutter based on this shape here, so that we can cut into this roof and remove this poly that's underneath that, because you're not going to see that. Once I put that piece onto this peak, it's all going to be covered, so we may want to hollow that out. So that's going to create a means, I guess, first for another cutter to do that. So one step at a time, though. So for starters, we got this where we want it to be. It's all nice and flush on here now. And now we're going to take our cutter that I've already got established and cut into that main roof. So the way I created this, you can kind of somewhat imagine, it's only on this one side. I took and detached this roof, this main roof piece here, separated that out as a separate piece, and then just added this on the where the fascia is at, and extended that out just a little bit on the fascia part there, so I make sure it gets a nice clean cut all the way through. And I probably didn't need to do that, but just to make sure, I can probably also kind of entertain doing it here. The main thing that we're concerned with getting cut is this blue area. Right, where it's mostly blue, that's that new piece. That's the piece we want to cut into. So as long as this, I don't know what color you want to call that. This colored piece, this cream colored piece, cuts into that nice and cleanly, without, missing any part of that. Then that's the way you want to set it up. So I've got it probably extended further than I need to up on the top end, and maybe on the bottom end. But I wanted to make darn sure that I was going to cut clean through it. All I did, just to just to elaborate, is I took that roof piece of the main roof, detached that out, extended out this edge, and that was pretty much about it. And then this still has the UV mapping as far as based on the main roof, but I just applied a different color just to give some contrast to what I'm working with and what I've got selected. Now I know what I'm working with. So this will work the same way as any other Boolean process here. Boolean cut. We want to select the piece we want to cut, and you can either do it through the rollout here, or just go into the create Boolean, compound Boolean, like so. So we got our piece selected, we're in the Boolean, and we want to do a cut refine. Pick our operand B, so now all we got to do is pick our piece we're cutting with, and then it's going to give me this. That's only because it's got mapping to it, right? So it's allowing me the option to confirm, do I want to maintain that or not? I don't want it to touch it. I do not want to modify material. Material IDs or material. That's the one I want to select, like so. And then there's my cut. So it removes the cutter, and then now we've got our cut in there. And then just to show, now it's still in the Boolean. I've shown this before, and I made a clip of it. I posted it to the Spline Designs YouTube. It's a kind of a nice little addition, I guess, as far as to the other two Boolean clips. James did a much more extensive one. I did a simple one, and then this one now. So those are all available on the Spline Designs YouTube now. I guess as far as just to add some clarity, I guess as far as how the Boolean cut process works. So we're still highlighted on this. Don't touch this again, right? So it's more of a summary. Leave that alone. If you're satisfied with your cut, go into your rollout here for your piece, and it's still Boolean, and you can apply it however you like it. If you've got a modifier, shortcut, whatever, go ahead and apply this. All you want to do is convert this back to an editable poly if you're satisfied with your cut. So now that we've got it that way, I'm going to hide the main roof for a second just to confirm that we do have a cut right there. Now from here, what we can do is just chunk off all the polys that we don't need. That was the whole purpose of doing that Boolean cut. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go into polys, chunk off all the pieces that we don't need. Make this very, very simple now. Voila. All we gotta do is delete all those, and now we're left with what we need to keep. Nice clean cut into that. That in mind. So now what we can do from this is we'll make another cutter based on this shape, so we can cut into the main roof, and we can remove that poly that's going to be underneath this. So that's the next step I'm going to do. So this will kind of give an idea of how I did the other cutter as far as what I've already explained. So let's select these two. Oops. Gotta do that. So we're going to select those two. I'm going to detach this as an object for now. I'm going to select that object. I want to clone this object. Actually, I'm going to set the, I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I can leave it that way. You could probably go ahead. It probably won't matter too much as far as to reset that pivot. I'm going to leave it right where it is for now. I think it should be fine. It worked out pretty good when I did the other cutter. In some cases, you don't really need it centered. In some cases, it might work one way or the other. It depends on what you're trying to do. We're not going to move this as all. Just like I did the other cutter, there's no need to have to move it, right? We want to keep it exactly where it is so we can make our cut exactly where we're creating this cutter. Okay, so we got it as an object. We want to clone it. I'm going to do it as a copy, so I don't want it to affect the piece that I attached. That's object 2. Okay, now we've got 2 of the same thing in here. And I can use either one at this point, it doesn't matter. But I am going to go to my items list and name this one. I'll just go ahead and use this one as, this is going to be our cutter. I'll rename this. And this is our cutter. And then the other piece we got left is we'll end up reattaching that to that roof too. Okay. So cutter. Object 1, I'm going to go in and hide this one for a second, just so I can work with this here as a cutter. I'm going to remove some deals on here. So like these wedges that we've got on here, we don't need those. So I think was that just a really long pause in that playlist? Yep. Playlist should be starting here in a second. There we go. We'll be doing that. I hate when it does that. Okay, cool. Add to continue. Anyway, so now this is our cutter. What we're going to use as our cutter. So we want to remove some things off of this, as well as super extend it, so we make sure we get it nice and cut. Use it as a nice cutter. And by super extending it, I'm just going to make it a little bit longer on this edge, so that it'll cut through. Wait a minute. So we can have this a little bit longer, as far as the original piece anyway. All right, so let's go into polys. And remove some of these that we don't need. Don't need any of this wedge. So we want to simplify the cutter as much as possible. When you're not using any part of the cutter for actually cutting, you have to consider as far as like the cutting edge, right? When you're creating a cutter, as far as for a boolean, when you've got polys on here that you're not going to be using for cutting, you want to remove that as much as possible. Simplify your cutter as much as possible so that you get the cut that you're looking for. Otherwise, you can get some pretty wonky cuts for the cutter not to perform as intended. Okay, so we're just removing all of that. Okay. Should be pretty good. So we're removing that fascia and those wedges for that overhang. To include the overhang, we don't need any of that. Voila. Now we're left with this. Now I'm going to take these two edges. Whoop, hold on. Wait, I thought I took roof 2 out. How did it select roof 2? I got that hidden. Or do I still have it in here? Hold on a second. I do have it in here still. Did I do the wrong one? Shoot. I think I did. Sure the heck did, I think. Hold on. Oop, I gotta back this up here for a second. I think I had roof 2. I thought I hid roof 2, but I guess not. My bad. Let me bring all that back. Okay. Got it back to where we need to hide roof 2. There we go. Now we're left with just a cutter. So as I was saying, you want to make sure you remove just your cutter. So what I must have had in there, I need to confirm this. So this is good. We hide this one and bring back our roof 2. I got a little bit kicked. Oh crap, I see what I did. Oh, I boo-booed big time. Alright, hold on. How did that happen? I thought I got rid of roof 2. Hold on, we're gonna bring this back. Hold on. I boo-booed. I thought I had roof 2 out. I guess not. See if it'll let me go back that far. If nothing else, I still got all the pieces here. Jesus, that fricker's loud. Holy crap! It better not have. It better not have. Are you freaking kidding me? This is getting super annoying. Are you freaking kidding me? It did. Alright, let me try and refresh. This is getting really annoying. This is gonna be this. I'm gonna refresh on my end and see. So if y'all are getting audio, hopefully at least. Makes no sense. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Yeah, I'm checking both mobile and my web browser, and it's definitely frozen at 44:29. As far as the uptime, that uptime comes into handy for some. That's been frozen for a good 6 minutes now. Lovely. You've got to be freaking kidding me. And I'm sorry for my irritation here, folks, but this is the second time on a Saturday this has done this crap. And there's no reason for it. Yeah, I'm seeing it. I am so ticked off right now. This is not even funny. There's no reason it's for it to be doing that. None. Yeah, thanks Twitch. Appreciate you. I'm beyond livid right now. I'm trying to enhance my calm right now. This is not cool. I don't know what else to do. We didn't even get an hour in this time. At least last time we were able to get a good hour in. I don't understand why this happens. We don't have any viewer bots this time. At least not to the extreme that we had last time. This is totally ridiculous. Nope. I got maybe one that's suspect, but here, let me try something here. I know yeah, so did some help for me, I guess, as far as with that. Let me see if I can correct this here on my end, hopefully. I'm gonna go to my mod view. Just give me a second, folks. I'll see if I can remedy this. This is so daggone frustrating now. Thanks for pointing that out there anyway, Richard James, because yeah, that's part of the reason why I guess I got that uptime on it too. It gives you guys some indication as far as, regardless of what's going on, in this case in the viewport, as far as max goes. So let me try this a second. You know what's really weird is the fact that it's the video and the audio still comes through. Alright, let me gotta get to my channel here. Hold on a second. Bear with me, folks. I'm beyond ticked off over now. This is the second, not necessarily in a row, because I think actually it is in a row. No, it's not in a row. I don't even remember. I just know what happened last time on a Saturday. I think last Saturday went pretty good. Why does this always happen? I don't get it. Because I've streamed all week long with no problems. Why does this always happen? I don't get it. It's super annoying. Okay, hold on. I need to go to my mod view. Need to mute that. I definitely don't have an internet issue, doesn't seem like, at least anyway. Definitely still frozen at that. As I reload stream here, the chat seems to be frozen as well. Huh. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. And I don't want to do that. If I do that, I lose everything that happened as far... Yeah, I don't want to do that if I don't have to. I mean, I can if I, yeah, but I don't want to have to. That's a complete restart, and I don't want to do that. I just don't. This shouldn't even be happening, period, is the thing. That's what frustrates me. Let's see. It's not even letting me go into mod view. What the heck, man? Just give me a chance to load up here. Got things going on in the back end, so don't mind what's happening with the man behind the curtain. Alright, so mod view seems to load. Alright. Let me take out some of these let's see here. So what do I want to do here? Do I want to ban? Definitely don't want that one. That one seems fine. There's nothing. There's no one in here that's really suspect. Is the thing. Why is it doing this? Huh. There's only one. Yeah, there's really no one in here. There's no bots in here that are suspect. I don't know why it's doing that this time. It's still definitely frozen on that. That's super weird. Does it? I'm gonna try transcoding. Do I got any transcoding?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Oh, we're having a little bit of video issue here, Relentless. So we're trying to get that resolved, hopefully. Second time Twitch has done this to me on a Saturday, so hopefully you can bear with it. Appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, the only thing that's coming across now for now is audio. Maybe you can confirm for us there, Relentless, whether or not you've got frozen video. So far I've gotten at least one confirmation in chat that's frozen video. Yeah, seeming to work. Appreciate you trying that out. Yeah, audio seemed to be fine. Just the videos for some reason. Yep, at this point now it's been, what, almost 10 minutes? A little over 10 minutes. Just trying to troubleshoot this here. There you go, what the heck is going on? Last time this happened, tend to be an issue with viewer bots. This time around I don't have any, so kind of weird that it's happening. I'm checking to see if I got transcoding, and I do. So I'm trying to switch between all of that. Let's see, if we go to auto I should say. What does that do? That changes nothing. Huh. That does absolutely nothing. Trying all the tools in the toolbox here, folks, just to see if I can get something to and this goes the same for you folks. You have the option, at least you should. I am getting transcoding on my end. If you hover over the player and to the bottom right, opposite, I guess, as far as where the volume is, the volume slider, you have a little gear. You go into that. I would show you on stream if the video wasn't frozen. That's why I'm explaining it verbally. There's an option in transcoding, so you see quality, and I have transcoding. And by that, I mean I've got all the different resolutions to choose from, to include the source, which is my 720p at 60 frames. So I'm switching back between all of those to see if anything changes. Right now I've got it on auto, right this way. And then after I do that, I refresh the stream. See if that changes anything. And this goes for on mobile too. I think it should be pretty much the same on mobile too. And what's even weirder is it seems to happen right about the 1 hour mark, or just before an hour. Did that last time it did this too. Super strange. Let's see here. Nope, still frozen. Oh my god. I don't want to start. If I end now, I'm not starting it back up again. I'm just not. This is ridiculous. It's totally irritating and ridiculous. I'm not going to keep. Because what that's going to do too is it's going to send out pings and notifications for when the stream is live. That's one of the main reasons why I don't want to do that. I don't need to be that guy, I guess, as far as sending constant notification, I guess, as far as the stream's live. I can shut that off, but I don't want to. I shouldn't have to. This is what irritates the heck out of me. Twitch needs to fix this crap. I've streamed all week long with no problem. Up until this point. Should be no reason for this whatsoever. So yeah, I am definitely stressing my displeasure, I guess, for this again. For a second time. Yeah, so as much as I hate to admit that if I have to end right now, I'm done. I'm not doing it, because I know that's all it's gonna do is probably do it again. And I'm not sending out all those notifications, you know, pinging everybody's devices as far as that the stream's live for multiple times. I'm just not doing it. I'm not going to be that guy. I've tried everything I can think of at this point as far as to try to remedy it, based on what Yasso has given me insight on, which I've made Yasso one of my moderators, I guess, as far as to have that access to show what I have available to me, just in case this ever happened again. I was hoping it never would happen again, but it is. That's unfortunate. I don't know what else to do. I'm gonna do. It's beyond my better judgment, but I'm gonna try this, and hopefully, if I do it quick enough, because we have a buffer that Twitch has, I guess, as far as I think it's a 15 or 20 second buffer when the stream goes out. If I reconnect right away, within that amount of time, it won't send out another notification. So we'll see if that works. I'm gonna try that. That's my last resort. If that doesn't work, if that doesn't clean up the video being frozen, then that's all I got. So let me try this really quick. I'm gonna stop the stream, get it back going there, hopefully within that I think it's 20 seconds. I forget what the grace is on it, but we're gonna give this a try really quick, folks, and hopefully we get right back. Hold on your britches. Here we go.